Hello all, welcome to part 7 of TestNG training series. In this session, I am going to explain and practically show you how to use TestNG XML file for batch execution. So let's get started. So how to use TestNG XML for batch execution. So let's get started here. So first of all, what exactly is this testng.xml file or testng XML file? Okay, it's better to write as testng XML file. So what exactly is this testng XML file? It is a configuration file, guys. Okay, testng XML file is a configuration file containing the details of the different tests that need to be executed. Okay, when you run this testng XML file, whatever the test details that you have provided in this testng XML file, all those tests will run. Okay, that's what is a testng XML file. I'll show you practically, guys. Then you will understand exactly what is the advantage or purpose of using this testng XML file. Okay, the main purposes of testng XML file are for batch execution or for customizing of tests which need to be executed. Okay, so let's say you have three classes. In the three classes, in each end of in one of the class you have three tests, another class you have another three tests, and in another class you have some four tests, like 4 plus 3 plus 3, it's almost 10 tests, right? So let's say overall in 10 at the rate test annotated test methods are divided across three classes. So in that case, if you have to run the 10 test methods, you have to individually, okay? You have to individually run the classes generally, right? Without testng XML file, you have to individually run the classes. Let me put this as testng XML file, guys. Okay. So I'll show you this practically, guys, why testng XML file is required, why it is a configuration file, and how it is helping us in batch execution. First, I'll show you practically, okay? Let's not go theoretically, let's go practically. So I'll open this Eclipse ID, guys. Here we have a project, sample project, which is already configured with TestNG, okay? So let me double click and open. I just pick something there. 1 minute. Yeah, here if you go to the dependencies of this project, guys, there is a TestNG dependency. Okay, TestNG dependency is there. So this project has both Java library and TestNG libraries for now. Okay, under src test Java, I'll create a package, guys. I'll create a package. I'll name this package as sample package. Okay, any package name you can give. I'm just giving the package name as sample. And right click on the package and select new and create a class. I'll just name this class as class A. Okay, class A. In the class A, I'll create some test methods. Let's say 3 test methods I'll create. Okay, public void uh, method A1. Okay, method A1, like this one random method I'm creating. I'm just converting this method into, instead of a normal method, since this project is already configured with TestNG libraries and all. Okay, I'll just put at the rate test annotation here, as you have already seen in the previous session. I'll import this test annotation from TestNG library. Okay, and I'll click here and system.out.println. I'll simply say class A hyphen method. I'll just print out this. Okay, instead of writing the serious Selenium code or API automation code here, generally we write the Selenium automation code or API automation code in these methods, but I'm not going to do that, guys. Okay, I'm just providing a sample print statement. Assume that this print statement is your Selenium automation code or that API automation code, whatever it is, or APM. Okay, APM automation code. So I'll just create some 3 methods, guys. 3 methods. Let's see. So at the rate test. When you have only one class having some methods, there is no need of creating any TestNG XML file here. Okay, you don't have to create any TestNG XML file when you only have one class here under this package, class A.java, and all the tests are part of the single class. Then no need of creating the TestNG XML file for batch execution. Okay, here we can simply run the class so that all the tests inside the class will run. So what is the use of TestNG XML file? The main use is for batch execution, but here only one class is there. If you have multiple classes like class A, class B, class C, class D, class E, like that kind of multiple classes are there, and if you want to collectively run all the test methods of these different classes at a time, then you have to go for TestNG XML file, guys. Okay, let me show you. First, let's create this class A method 2, method A2. Okay, now one more method, public void method A3. Here also at the rate test, and here I'll say system.out.println class A method A3. Okay, method A3. Three test methods. Fine, save it. Now, is there any need for do I have to do any batch execution using a single class file? Not required. If you have to run all the tests, all these three tests inside this class, I have to directly run right click on the class A and say run as TestNG test case. Okay, TestNG test option is coming. All the three tests will run. Okay, A1, A2, A3, A2. Okay, if you want to give the priority, you can give the priority also, guys. That's not a big deal. You can give priority. I covered this in the previous session, right? Priority thing. So you know by this time why we are using priority. Okay, priority is equal to 3. So that first test method A1, method A2, then method A3 will run. Now run this code, run this single file you are running, guys. Here for single file, you don't have to use any TestNG XML file for batch execution, guys. Okay, you don't have to create any TestNG XML file for batch execution. What if? Okay, here only one class, so no need of any TestNG XML file. But here, what if I have multiple classes? Like one more class I'll create, guys. Let's say class B, and in this class I'll create some four methods. Let's say four methods. So just to save the time, guys, what I'll do is I'll copy paste all these methods. Okay, I'll just copy paste the things that will save my time. Method B1. Okay, here I'll say class B method B1. B B B. Okay, here also B B. One more method. In this particular class, I'll create one more method, guys. Okay, so priority is equal to 4. B4 I'll say B4 class B method B4. Okay, like this. Now we have two classes. Let's create one more class. Okay, just two are also enough, but I want to just give you more idea, so better idea. So I'm just creating one more class. Let's say class C. This class C, let's create only two methods, guys. Okay, class C, let's create only two methods. Okay, so just to save time, I'll copy this two methods here from here and then paste in the class C with all the annotations and all. And here I'll simply say C, C, C. Okay, C, C, and C. Done. Now save this. Now close all these things. Now we have three classes. If I have to run these three classes, if I have to run the test in these three classes, I have to right click on the single class and say test engine. Only class A related test methods will run. If I right click on the class B and run as test engine test, only the class B, the four tests which are there under the class B will be run. Okay, if you just see here, guys. Okay, if I say class A dot run as test engine test, only the class A related three tests will be executed. Okay, in the class method 1, method 2, method 3 are there. Only those three will be executed. Okay, only three tests got executed. What if I right click on class B? Here four test methods are there. Click class B and run as TestNG test. Only those four test methods inside the class B will be executed. Okay, method B1, B2, B3, B4. Okay, now if I right click on this class C and run only this class C, only these two methods from the class C will be executed. You see, method C1, C2. That's the problem. So what if I want all the methods in all the classes to be executed? Then I have to create a TestNG XML file. How to create a TestNG XML file? There are two ways, guys. Either you can manually create the TestNG XML file, or you can auto generate also. Okay, let's not go to the auto generation directly, guys. Okay, first to understand what is the advantage of auto generating. It's better for me to auto generate a TestNG XML file. First, I'll show you manually how to create a TestNG XML file. Okay, thereafter I'll show you how to auto generate it. Okay, so after I explain the disadvantages of manually creating the TestNG XML file, then I'll show you how to auto generate it. Okay, that's right click on the project, guys. Okay, select new and select other. You'll get this dialog here. Type XML, guys. XML. When you type XML, guys, there is XML folder with XML file coming. Just select this XML file. Click on next. Just you can give any name, guys. Okay, there is not compulsory that you have to give only testng.xml file. Okay, for now to get started, we'll give testng. You can give any name. Arun.xml is also fine, not a problem. Okay, but for now, since concept is about testng, right? Just to get started, we'll give a proper name, testng.xml file. Click on finish, guys. You see here testng.xml file got created and the prologue came by default. Okay, the prologue in Eclipse ID, the prologue has been, this is called as prologue in XML, guys. If you are new to XML, guys, I recommend you to watch my XML videos. Okay, I recommend you to watch my XML videos. Okay, but that's not that much important. If you are really serious about XML, then you can watch those videos. Okay, it's not compulsory. So this is called as XML prologue, guys, technically. So manually creating the TestNG XML file. Create file by giving an extension as XML. I just showed you. Already this is coming by default. I don't have to add it manually. So when I created this XML file in TestNG, this project, automatically this XML prologue, this is called as XML prologue came. If doesn't come, you can copy paste this. Okay. Now we need to first add the suit tags, guys. Okay. Here we have to create something known as suit tags, like this. Suit. Okay. Done. Then suit tags, add test tags inside the suit tags. Okay. Then inside the suit tags, what will be there? We should have test tags. Sorry. Suit. Just give a tab space here so that it will be organized well. Test tags. So there can be multiple tests, guys. There can be multiple tests. Here only one test I am taking for now. Okay. Like this, we can add multiple test tags if required. For now, we are only adding one test tag. Later, I'll show you how to create multiple test tags. Under test tags, add classes tags. Okay. Next level of tags is classes tags. Here, add classes. Under the classes tag, add class tag. Okay. Add class tag. Here, this can be self-closing tag, guys. Class tag can be self-closing tag. Okay. Under class tag, add, sorry, class, right? For now, let's put it class. Under this class tag, now add methods tag. Okay. Methods tag. Under methods tag, this is a hierarchy, guys. Under suit, test will come. Under test, classes will come. Under classes, multiple classes can be there, guys. Okay, here only one class I'm taking, and here methods tag. Under the methods tag, you will not have method tag. We'll have something known as include or exclude tags. Okay, here we have include or exclude tags. This is a hierarchy, guys. Okay, under the method tags, we can. Okay, fine. So here I can say include or something. Include or something we can say. Okay. Okay, fine. So this is how the hierarchy will be there, guys. Okay. This is how the hierarchy is there. But the problem with this hierarchy is you have to remember all these levels of tags and all. Okay. First you have to create two tags and attributes you have to remember and all those stuff. So that's the problem, guys. Okay. Let's better auto generate it. Why to create it manually? Though you are able to understand the structure here, hierarchy here. Under the suit, test will be there. Under the test, classes will be there. Under the classes, class will be there. Under the methods, include and exclude will be there. This is a complete hierarchy, guys. Okay. But for now, let's not go with the manual creation, guys. I'll delete this file. Okay. Let's go with the auto generation. You don't have to do this hard work, guys. Okay. So you see, you have to manually type all the tags and all. That is a time wasting thing, right? So when Eclipse IDE is giving you an option to auto generate an TestNG XML file, okay, some XML TestNG XML file, why we have to go with manual process? Because it auto generates in a better and proper way for us. With you don't have to remember all the tags, or you don't have to remember any attributes required internally for each and every tag level. Okay, so I'll simply right click, guys, and select TestNG here. This is the process, guys. Right click on the project and select TestNG and say convert to TestNG. This is so simple. There are how many classes? Class A, class B, class C. You see all the three classes came here. Automatically it has detected, right? The Eclipse IDE has detected that three classes have been added. Okay, click on finish, guys. Okay, it will be created under the project directly, guys. If you want any other location, you can. Some people will create src test resources, and under that they will put the testng.xml file. For now, to get started, we are just learning the xml file, right? Testng xml file, right? I'll be directly creating under the project. You see beside the pom.xml file, you'll get the testng.xml file here, and this will be the auto generated code for us. Okay, you see I'm not typing anything. Suit tag is being coming by default, test tag is coming by default. Don't have to remember the hierarchy also. Classes, under that classes we have the different class. There are three classes, we are getting class. So we can go deep inside these classes also, but for now let's work at the class level. Okay, for batch execution. So guys, I just generated this TestNG XML file. First, which class test methods will be running? By looking at this TestNG.xml file, if I run this TestNG.xml file, which classes? There are three classes, class A, class B, class C. which classes test methods will be executed? Class C test methods will be executed because it is coming first. So what I will do is I don't want this test methods of the class C to be executed first. I want it to be last. I'll put it last. Okay. The next one is next one, guys. I want class A test methods to be executed first. Okay. So I'll give class A test methods here. You are changing the order of the execution here, guys. Okay. Not only the order of the execution can be changed inside the class, but individual test methods like priority attribute. But at the TestNG XML file also, we can change the priority of the running of the test according to the classes. You see, class A test will run, class B test will run, class C test will run. After class A test, then class B test, then class C test. Okay. Here also we are changing the order of the execution of the test. Okay. Flow of the control of the execution. And at the same time, what's happening is instead of individually running the test methods of individual classes here, okay, separately here, we are with a single file, we are batch executing all the test methods of all the classes here in a particular order. Okay. So that's what is the batch execution, guys. If I right click, you see how many test methods will be executed if I right click and run this testng.xml file. 3 plus 4 plus 2. How much? 4 plus 2 are 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. Total 9 test methods have to run. Let's see. Right click, run as TestNG suite. Here TestNG suite option is coming. When I individually run this test class A, TestNG test option will come. You see, right click, run as TestNG test is coming. But if I right click on TestNG XML file, it will say suite of tests. Okay, suite of tests. Run this again. You see, all the 9 test methods from the different classes have been executed in the specified order. First, class A related test got run because in the TestNG XML file, I provided the class A. What is this actually? Sample is the package name. Okay, you should not directly provide the class A. Here, you have to provide name is equal to sample dot class A, package name dot class A, package name dot class B. It's auto generated anyhow, so you don't have to worry much. But you have to understand sample is a package name under which these classes are available. Okay. If this class B belongs to another package, class C belongs to another package, you have to provide the appropriate package name here and the class names here. Okay, fine. So you see, now you understood that the main one of the main purposes of the testing XML file configuration file is to include all the test methods. Okay, where you can perform, you can achieve batch execution. Okay, you see, if I want to run all the 9 tests which are divided across this 3 classes, simply create a testng.xml file and run it. All the test methods got executed. Now you can even customize also, guys. What is customization of the test which needs to be executed means, let's say I don't want to run all the 9 tests, but let's say from the class A, I want to run, let's say only one test, that is method A3. Okay. From class B, I want to run 1 and 2. 3 and 4, I don't want to run. Okay. From class C, I want to run 2. That's what is my requirement. Okay. Okay. Or I want to run both 1 and 2 here and 1, 2, 3 here, and here only 3 I want to run. Okay. If you want to customize anything, guys, anything. Okay. You don't want to run all the test methods of all the classes, but you want to run only few test methods of individual classes here. We can do that, guys. Okay. How? Instead of providing this tags at the class level, what I will do is I'll remove the self-closing tag and here add slash class here. Okay. In between that, I'll create methods. Okay. Next hierarchy methods. And here I'll use include tag. Okay, include. So include what I want to include, guys. Only method A3 from the class A I want to run. Remaining 1 and 2 I don't want to run. Okay, so what I will do here is I have to say include. This is not the way. So include name is equal to, what is the name of the method? Method A3. That's it. You don't have to do much. Include method A3. So what will happen from here, from class A, method A3 will be running. Remaining 1 and 2 will not be running from the class A. Then coming to the next class, here also I'll remove this self-closing and just name this class here. And here I want to run 3 test methods from this class B, except let's say method B3. Except method B3, let's say I want to run 1, 2, 4. But 3 I don't want to run. So what I want to do here is again same thing, guys. I have to write methods here, methods, and here you see here I don't have to write include 3 times because only one test method I don't want to run, that is a method B3 I don't want to run. I'll use exclude, that is a better way, right? Or else I have to write 3 include statements. Okay, if you want to especially mention 1, 2, 4, you have to write 3 include statements, or other ways use the exclude tag so that remaining all test methods will be executed excluded by P3. Okay, P3 will not be executed. Name is equal to method B3. Okay, method B3 done. Okay, exclude method B3. Remaining all test methods will be executed except this method B3, guys. Okay, that's what is the intention. Now coming to the last class, I want to in last class I want to run all the classes. I don't have to go with the method level and include and exclude. I don't have to provide, or if I want to provide also, uh, if I want to provide also, I'll just remove this. And it's not compulsory, guys, I have to provide here, because if you want all the methods in the class, what's the use of you just provide the class, that's enough. Okay, but still if you want to provide, you can write this include statement, methods, again methods. Okay, it's optional, guys, because you want to run all the test methods inside the class. This part is optional, you don't have to mention this, but still just for the sake of learning, I'm okay. Include name is equal to method C2 I am writing. Intentional I am writing method C2. Okay, that means which test method will be executed first? Here, which test method will be executed first? Method C1 or C2? Priority is 1 for 1, but 2 has a second priority. But here I changed the priority of the test methods. Okay, here method C2 need to be executed first, followed by method C3. Okay, method C1. Sorry, method C1. Okay, C1. So order I am changing. Here also I can change the order of the execution of the test methods, guys. Okay, not only using the priority attribute, but also like this. Okay, at the method level, this will be given more important than the priority attribute. So 2 will be executed first, then 1. Okay, so let's see, guys, how it goes. Okay, first method A3, then 1, 2, 4. 3 should not be happening in the class B. Remaining 3 methods, so total 4 methods by this time, and here 2 methods, but in a different order, that is 2 and 1. Okay, I changed the order. Like this we can work, guys. Okay, here you see doc type is automatically generated, guys. Okay, in manual creation of XML file, this doc type will not come, but here it is coming automatically. That's another advantage of auto generating the TestNG XML file instead of manually creating that. Now let's run this. Right click, run as a TestNG suite. Okay, so customized classes, whatever the classes I want, those are only coming from the class A. Only method A3 is coming. Okay, what about 1 and 2? They are not coming because I didn't include them. You see here I included only method A3. So from the class A only method A3 is coming. Remaining 2 are not coming. From the class B, you see, except 3, all the 3 things will come. Okay, 1, 2, 4 are coming from class B, but I explicitly excluded the method B3. So remaining 1, 2 and 4 came here, as you can see, from the class B, 1, 2 and 4. And coming to the class A, I wanted to execute both, but here I thought of changing the order, right? But it's not changing the order, guys, because it's taking the order of the priority here. Okay, inside the priority, it's not changing the order. If you have not provided the priority here, it would have been executed in like this. So for example, if I go here and remove the priorities here, if I don't specify the priority here and then provide testng.xml file like this, then it will work. Okay, then method C2 and C1 will work in that order. Let's try this time. Still it is not working. So I think we cannot change the order of the methods here, guys. Okay, we are just able to include that order is being decided by priority only. So let's change it to priority. If you want to here, priority is called 1 should be provided here. Let's ignore that. Okay, let's ignore that, guys. So order is not being changed for the test methods inside the TestNG XML file. No matter which order you are providing, it's taking whatever the order that is there in the class files. Okay, fine. By default order or maybe priority attribute is taking. So that's one small mistake. That's okay, guys. Okay, so it happens. Fine. So anyhow, now you need to understand the high level purpose of this TestNG XML file. That's customization of tests which need to be executed. Choosing tests from classes. I was able to choose the tests, right? I don't want to run all the test methods from all the classes. Rather, I want to flexible. Okay, flexible with creating different test methods from different classes I want to run. In that case, also TestNG XML file will be useful. Okay, that is another advantage, guys. That is another advantage. Just at the end, let's run it again. I take run as TestNG suite. Same thing you'll get. A3, 1, 2, 4, 3 is not coming, and 1, 2. Okay, total 6 test methods out of the 9 test methods, because we have either excluded them or we have not included them. Okay, fine. Next what? Next is what? Next is manually creation. I showed you, right, how to create the all those stuff and all. Okay, if you want to execute all the methods inside a class, for example, here I want to include all the test methods inside the class. Is there any need of providing the methods? It's not compulsory, guys. Okay, so remove this, remove this. and no need to put just self close the class tag here. Okay, if you want to run all the test methods inside the class B, there is no need to include these methods. Okay, simply provide just remove this and provide the like this. Okay, self closing tag here. Also, if you want to include, if you want to run all the test methods inside the class, there is no need of providing these methods and include and all those exclude statements, and simply provide like this. Okay, now what happens? All the 9 tests will run. Okay, all the 9 tests will run. Right click, run as test engine. That methods and include things is an optional thing, guys. Okay, whenever you really need to customize, customizedly take test methods from selectively take the test methods from individual classes, you have to go with that approach. But otherwise, this level is enough. Okay, next. So I showed you how to auto generate the testng.xml file already. Right click on the project testng and convert to testng, and we got doc type. That's another advantage, and auto suggestions are coming. We can create methods inside the class tags. So if you want to customize it, okay, if you want to customize it, we can provide. So already demonstrated, guys. How to run as test engine is also covered. Now, last thing, last two items are there. Most of the things are completed. The main purposes are covered, guys. But this additional stuff you need to understand. The naming of the TestNG XML files. It no need to be always TestNG.xml file. You can give any name, guys. For example, for this file, I'll refactor and rename. Okay. So here directly rename option is coming. Rename that to. I'll give Arun, guys. It's okay. It's okay. Nothing to worry. Okay. It should not be TestNG.xml file. It can be Arun.xml also. It can be smoke.xml, sanity.xml, regression.xml. Okay, depending on your needs, you can name the file, guys. Okay, TestNG, so it still works. It will still work, guys. You see, it's still working. It's not compulsory to name this okay XML file to TestNG, but by putting the TestNG, it looks good, guys. Okay, so otherwise, if you have any smoke test, so for example, uh, the other thing that you have to understand from this session is that you can create multiple TestNG XML files. Okay, for example, here all the tests we are running, right? So I'll rename that. Okay, I'll rename that to all tests, all test XML file. Okay, I'll copy this. I'll copy this. I'll create one more XML file. I'll here I'll say smoke.xml file. Okay, smoke.xml file. I'll create smoke.xml file, guys. Okay, if I go to smoke.xml file, for example, here there are two XML files, all test.xml file, smoke. Like that, you can have any number of XML files, okay, and run them. Okay, you can run using this testng suite option, or you can run this XML file also using testng like this. Okay, for example, in this smoke, let's say you want to do one thing like, for example, here again, let's go back to the same process. Okay, slash class slash class. Here I'll say methods, methods. I'll say exclude, guys. Okay, I'll say exclude. Okay, exclude. I'll use or include. I'll say include. Include is better here. Include name is equal to name of the test here that you want to, name of the smoke test that you want to run. For example, here I mentioned smoke.xml. So which smoke test? For example, in this 1, 2, 3, 1 is a smoke test. Okay, I'll give method one a1. Okay, only one method from this because method a1 is the smoke test in the class A. Remaining two methods are not smoke test. Okay, they are the general regular tests. Okay, and in the class B, in the class B, let's see, uh, let's say method b1. B1 is a smoke test. Okay, remaining all are not smoke test. So this kind of situations may arise where you have to run only the smoke test and all. So you have to create multiple testng XML files. Okay, for running the smoke test, you can create another separate XML file. For running all the tests, you can create one testng XML files, and depending on your needs in real time, guys. It all depends on the needs in the real time. Here also I'll include only one. Include name is equal to method b1, method b1, or else we'll create two test methods out of this class B are like smoke test. So b2 I'll write. 3 and 4 are not smoke test. And coming to the class C here, okay, here methods, and say include only one method, that is method C1 is a smoke test. Okay, done. Like this, if you want to create your own different TestNG XML files having different you know uh, customized tests. Okay, that's also possible. You can have any number of TestNG XML files. They can have any name, and there can be any number of. Okay, depending on your needs of running the tests in different formats, in different ways, you can create any number of TestNG XML file. For example, if I run the smoke, it will work smoke.xml. From class A, only one. From class B, one and two. From class C, only one. These are smoke tests that got run. 4 tests got run. For example, if I run this all tests.xml file, all the 9 tests will run. Okay, all the 9 tests will run. All the 9 tests got run. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, all the 9 tests got run. So hope guys you understood. We can name it anything based on our requirement in the project, and also we can have multiple TestNG XML files. Okay, we can create for our purpose. Okay, for our purpose. So this how guys we can use TestNG for batch execution and also for customizing the tests which need to be executed based on our requirements in our project. So that's all for this session, guys. In the next session, I'm going to cover another TestNG topic for you. Till then, see you. Bye bye.